Hi, hello, it's Mew, and today we're going to do the challenge everyone and their mother has done. And the challenge is, if you didn't look at the thumbnail or the title, I'm going to be drawing myself in 20 different art styles. Usually with these challenges, people will draw in art styles of like anime, long-running series, stuff that's made by a team. But I actually can think of more individual artists to draw rather than styles for a series or team art, if that makes sense. I'll also be plugging other artists if I'm drawing in the art style of an individual as I go along. So if you see an attempt at an art style that you like, please check out the original artist. If it's an individual artist, please note I won't be putting their art directly into the video, as that's not my call, and not everyone will feel comfortable with the art being displayed in someone else's YouTube video. But also, mostly, I'm kind of too afraid to ask. And I don't know if every one of the individual artists will even respond to begin with. And also, many of the series I'm drawing, unfortunately, don't have anything that isn't an hourglass body type, skinny. So the size of my persona will be an approximation based on the art style, and my guess on what I would look like in their style. Keyword is many, but not all. So that's not the case for every style featured here. I may also change small details like getting rid of stuff I think might suit the style, and I'll try to keep the outfit consistent, but if it's a fashion-related show, then my clothes may change. And with that out of the way, let's go. So first, the first art style is mine, as these challenges always go. Short story time. I actually used to draw way more anime-like as a kid, but it was really, really bad. So at some point I decided that I really hated how I draw, except it wasn't a decision. I hated it for a while, so I decided, let's do something more Western cartoony-ish. My art style, I'd say it's like soft, rounded bodies. It's not fully realistic, but it's very much based in reality, anatomy-wise. I hope that makes sense. And I also like to draw noses as shapes. They're not... They can mimic real-life noses sometimes, especially triangles, but sometimes they're more just like based on the vibe or personality. Like, I do give characters hearts for noses, because I freaking can. I also generally focus more on the silhouette of things. Like, I don't do folds or much detail inside of things. Like, you're not really gonna see, like, a fold inside on the hoodie, if that makes sense. I definitely struggle with posing and making it now look stiff, and my anatomy still looks weird, even after all these years. I still have much to learn, but I'm still happy with how my style has grown over the years, but I'm not opposed to making a change. Like, I do want to, actually sit down and learn all the human anatomy. I would like to buy a class to do that. I will be doing that, hopefully soon, because I know, I don't know, it's a lot of stuff just feels wrong. Anyway, alright, second art style. Oh my god, I wrote so much in the script for this. Oopsies. So, the second art style and the first real art style that is mine will be Monster High. I'm kind of a newcomer to Monster High. I mean, it's been about a year since I got into it, I'd say. I remember seeing it when I was younger, but as a kid, I was kind of a pick-me, and I hated it because a lot of people liked it. I don't know, something was wrong with me, man. And then also when I discovered Ever After High, I was more of a fan of Ever After High, to be honest. But now with G3, I'm really enjoying the show and the dolls. I know, G3 has everyone divided, but honestly, I love it for having different body types. Though I do try to keep an open mind, and I do understand why some people don't like it. G3 isn't perfect, but Monster High fans need to stop pretending G1 was also perfect as well. Like, look at Easy Dawn Dancer and the reaction from Native Americans. Dracula, well, she's not plus-sized. She still has a body type that's not stick-thin, and that makes me extremely happy. So does Catty Noir. And since I wrote this Script, I'm thinking of the gross stuff people say about Kai. I really hate how people are so comfortable saying such weird stuff about characters who aren't anything but stick thin, because, surprise, there are monster fans who are not stick thin, and they'd be happy to see anything that's not stick thin. That's me. I'm one of them. And yes, I did draw myself in the G1 art style. The G3 art style is pretty, but I think I just like G1 better, as it's more stylized and sharp. Very fashiony, I guess. Yes, it is fashiony. It was G1 was a fashion doll line after all. Around here is where I'd shout out the artist, but I'm pretty sure that G1's art style was like made by a team. There's a team that's drawing it, but like it's not like one person's art style. A team is like trying their best to draw in the art style. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the show and stuff. I legit cannot remember who I referenced for the eyes, to be honest, but I know I modeled a lot of my features off of Claudine, especially the hair, because it just, I don't know. And by features, I think I mean like face, hair. Not everything, of course, because I'm pasty white. She's not. I also thought my normal clothes would look really out of place in the Monster High art style. I probably should have, just to, I don't know, comparison purposes, but I didn't. Oopsies. So I decided to do something inspired, and that's important to know. Inspired, not meant to be 100% trad goth inspired. I do enjoy quite a bit of aesthetics, but goth is one I've been drawn to for many, many years. I myself don't qualify as goth because I don't listen to the music, though I've been meaning to do that. I'm just horrible at doing that. I need to listen to new music, like either it needs to randomly just show up and I listen to it. I can't sit down and listen to whole albums. It never works out, because if I try, I usually just give up at some point. Anyway, I actually look good in like Japanese Lolita clothes. And I've actually like worn Japanese Lolita, though not often. So I probably would have made more sense to do that, but the piece is done. And personally, I'm super uncomfortable with a lot of trad goth clothing, like showing shoulders, cleavage, short skirts. They're not for me. School dress codes ruin me. They said don't show your shoulders, and I took that too literally, because now I'm uncomfortable showing my shoulders. Hooray! Anyway, well, I'm not comfortable in those type of clothes. I still put myself in the tall boots I see trad goths in for whatever reason. I don't know why I did it. I'm not sure if the outfit is like Monster High, nor if I captured the art style all that well. Like, it looks like a blend rather than something that could like 100% pass off as a new Monster High character. But I'm so proud of the end result. If you're wondering, if I were in Monster High, I'd probably be a mix of a werecat and a demon. Sorry, I know they don't have demons, but like, if I were in it, I could be the first. But anyway, that's it for this style. Style 3 is Franblam, first singular artist for this, so I'll do a bit of an intro for the artists themselves. Franblin is a young adult artist, pronouns they, he, it, and they're working on a web comic I don't know the name of, nor much details, though I think it involves something about hell or heaven, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know much details. And they're also the artist, and I think also a writer, of a game called Spaghetti Night. It's not out yet, but on TikTok they've posted about it, and the game is planned to be a dating sim that has characters that are outside of the cookie-cutter cis-het white hourglass body type. I don't want to get too much into personal details, as this is not really my story to tell, but Franblam has been through hell and back, and the gist of it is that they live on their own now after multiple experiences with abusive people and haven't been able to draw. Finances seem to be okay now as of writing the script, but I still think you should commission them, because Franblam has a really nice art style. I'll be leaving Franblam's socials and commission info for anyone interested. I was first and foremost a fan of their, but we're also sort of Twitter moods now, I think, so that's cool. And as for the style, I love how it's anime inspired, and I also really love the way Fran draws hair, and also the constant use of green. They really like green, and honestly, what an icon. That's awesome. Um, as for if I nailed it, no idea. It feels sort of right, but my personal style is so bleeding through as well. I can see it. You can see it. Anyway, we're moving on. Style 4 is Mimi. Who knows? Mimi. Pronouns they. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, to be honest. But A is an artist I've been following for a long ass fucking time, since like 2018, 2017, I believe. And I just really love their art and the gradual growth. I've loved their art all the while, but I like looking back. It's just so amazing to see how they've improved. Like I haven't really noticed it, but when you look back, you really see, oh, they've gotten so much better. And I also really love their textures and stuff. That's definitely one of my favorite parts of their style. They have some stories, one called Lost Souls, but I believe a few pages are just on their Instagram. It's not on Webtoon or Tapas or anything. And I believe they have a few more stories as well, but I'm not so familiar with them because they post a lot of art, but not like stories. Like a lot of art and OCs, but not much story stuff. As for getting the style right, even though I did reference a character in their style, my personal style still got through a lot. The only thing I feel I got was the hair. I referenced their aspect, Aurora's hair, to draw my persona, and then the textures. Even if I think this barely resembles their style, I still like to experiment and do something textured. Oh, if anyone's curious, at the time of this recording, Mimi's commissions are open, if I'm correct, so please go commission them, or just check out their art. Their art is so epic and cool. Style 5 is Serial Sharky, pronouns they, he, z, it. Yes, I didn't miss anything. And Serial Sharky is also my bestie. We were friends of friends and sort of friendly, but over the past few years, we've slowly become very good friends. I've admired their art since I first learned of his existence, I guess would be the word. It was a few years ago, and watching their artistic growth has been awesome. Their style is very experimental though, so like it's still similar anatomy and stuff, but there's a lot of experimentation with like shading and coloring. So trying to choose just one coloring and shading style is very difficult, but I ultimately referenced this one drawing where they drew my OC Satan and Arya, who you've probably heard about if you watch my other videos, and those two, that drawing and those two, is also my current PFP as of writing, as I wrote the script, but also still as I'm recording this video. As for drawing in Kit, also Kit is like they're one of, they have a lot of names. They change their names a lot, but Kit is like one of the ones that's like stuck around. So as for drawing in Kit style, anatomy wise, it was fine. In fact, it was quite easy. Because we're super close, we draw each other a bit, like, quite often, so I had an extremely recent drawing they made of my persona that I could reference, so it kind of feels like cheating, but whatever. You're gonna see a few more friends that I'm drawing in the art style of. I guess this is, like, art nepotism or whatever, but I swear, it's not all friends and moods, okay? There will be people that I don't know that well. Anyway. Style 6 is cold _ ramen, pronouns they, them, who's also a very good friend, but this time very good IRL friend. We've known each other since middle school, and in middle school, we certainly were kind of different people. Now we're both pretty different, like, compared to now and then our middle school selves, but we're still very good friends. Their growth has been fantastic to watch, and I'd say they've really found their style in, like, the past few years, very recently. I love how painterly and detailed it is, plus the the anime-inspired aspects, but unfortunately, because they use Apple and Procreate and custom brushes that I have to download, but meanwhile, I use Samsung and Ibis, and I don't think I could get those brushes on Ibis even if I tried. I could not really pull it off the way I wanted it to. I did try a brush I thought was similar, but I think I was lying to myself because they're really not that similar, like, at all. And I'm disappointed that I couldn't get the shading and lighting right. But then again, blending and smudging kind of sucks on Ibis, so I shouldn't be too disappointed. But I still enjoy the final result. I do believe they have a Redbubble, so if I remember to link it, it'll be in the description. Style 7 is Shroomy.roll, pronouns they, she, he, another good IRL friend. We also met in middle school, changed a lot, and again, they've really grown into their style. Also, I feel like I got their pronouns wrong, so let me just see if I can quickly double check. Okay, yeah, they, she, he. Sorry, I thought I got it wrong. I really love how detailed their pieces with like scenery and backgrounds are, which it's hard to capture in a challenge like this where you just draw like people. But I also love how she draws bodies as well, and the eyes are also so pretty. Random fun fact, but most of the time, like when looking at his art, I found Shroomy does not draw open eyes a lot. It's very rare that I see opened eyes in their art. I don't know if it's like a coincidence or they just don't like drawing eyes that much. But yeah, most of the time Shroomy does actual feet, but their latest piece had feet nubs, and that was so cute, I just had to do it. Oh, and also one of my favorite parts of their style is the cheek swirlies. Something about them is just so cute and endearing, I'm not sure why. Style 8 is Gerard makes weird art. Pronouns they, him. Or they, him. Fuck. Pronouns he, him. Sorry. We met online during the quarantine era on a Discord server for some bigger artists. I'm pretty sure I followed him first for sure, but I literally don't know when he followed me in return, but it definitely happened at some point. And we've been supporting one another since then. I've really enjoyed their O-season stories for some reason, though. I always love the ones that they don't draw as often. Shout out to Winona and Darlene, the queens. As I was gathering references for this, though, I really realized how much diverse their style is with the facial features and bodies. Like, it's not like a surprise. I always knew this, but I didn't realize just how much more diverse it is, and that was really nice. Drawing this, I was kind of nervous. I'm really shitty with anything that isn't just outside silhouetted shapes for clothing folds, and I still don't think it looks quite right, but good enough. Plus, Gerard liked it, so it's a win-win. This is also another artist that has commissions open, but unfortunately, I don't believe anyone has commissioned them, or very few people have. I'm not quite sure which. So please, if you're looking to only commission one, this is one of the ones you should consider more. But of course, consider everyone that wants to be commissioned equally based on pricing, the style, what stuff you like, etc. Okay. Style 9 is Mama Mel art, pronounced she, he, they. For the longest time, I used to be a fan of Mel's art. Well, I say used to. Still am. But at some point, they followed me, and I remember I was so excited when that happened. So now we're sort of moots. So as for Mel's style, their style is very round and cute, and I also love how they try to make their characters and their stories very diverse. I think they might have been the reason I also try to make my characters diverse in my own art and works and stuff. So translating myself into this style was pretty easy. Our styles are actually a lot more similar than I thought they'd be, but the shading was kind of new to me. I just used an airbrush. I didn't expect it to look as good as it did, but yeah. Sorry, this style is so short. Style 10 is Whoop-de-Loop A, or sometimes called Some0NE _ wow. I don't know how to pronounce that username out loud, but that's my guess. Excuse me. Pronouns he, they, it. Sorry, fuck. And when you look at that, we're almost halfway through. Yippee! So I'm not saying whoop-de-loop all the time in this video because that's gonna get annoying, so I'll just use their nicknames, A and Nico. I met them on a Discord server for a Wattpad JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fanfic writers thing during quarantine. Don't ask. Or actually, I hope the answer is laid out right in front of you. It's quarantine. But anyway, I'd seen A's like I don't think they posted that much art on that server when I first like joined, but like we talked a bit, but unexpectedly we actually ended up becoming very good friends. Always seen bits and pieces of his art, but not that much. But from the newer stuff I've seen, they make super awesome stuff, and their art style has changed, but like in a good way, don't get me wrong. Very good. The new stuff is very cute and very good, and I like it. Unfortunately, though, he does not seem to make many shaded pieces. Actually, except that is kind of a lie, because when they do post on their Instagram, there are some shaded stuff. But, like, you know. but because of that, I did have to paw around through their art fight. And at that point, the art fight was like in July, so that's like about 6+ months. Definitely more than 6 months. Probably not the most accurate thing in the world because this isn't based off of super recent art. I did look at recent like sketches. They do make quite a bit of like sketches, but like shaded art is like a rarity for them, which is fine. That's not like a hate thing. I respect it. I have not been doing as much shading and lighting stuff as I have been in like the recent few years. Not even years, probably like the past like 1 or 2 years. Anyway, not the most accurate thing in the world, probably. I think my favorite part of AF style is like how messy the line art is. And again, that's also not a bad thing. I really like how they embrace that. I don't like to do like completed messy lines, but I like to have it's like sort of sketchy, but like complete. I don't does that make sense? I don't know. In terms of like implementing this style and stuff, it was pretty easy. Hair was really similar to how I already drew hair, so yeah, definitely not hard at all. I did also get to do a new way to do hair fades, and this way that I did, it was very fun, though it's supposed to be way more subtle, and I don't think I got the subtleness too correct, but whatever, it just be like that, I guess. I also really like doing highlights in their style. It's fun. Trying to shade and light like on hair especially was like really difficult though, because like they do it in a different way. I don't know how to explain this very well, but like I'm trying to like make like in the examples I saw, like it'd follow the same light source, but the hair was a little different. But I don't know. I couldn't figure out how to really translate that too well. So, yeah. Style 11 is BumbleBeemo _ pronouns she, her. I also met her on that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Discord, and we've been moots ever since. She's got a really nice style, it's very anime, and I really love the lighting and shading she does. Unfortunately, again, she uses Clip Studio Paint, and I use Ibis Paint. So not only did I feel like even with the most similar brushes I could find, it didn't look right, but the limbs and the body looks off. She is, like, in this art style challenge, she's one of those artists that doesn't do many full bodies, let alone fully shaded ones and colored, so yeah, this was a little bit doomed from the start, but it was good for studying purposes. I hope the vibe of the style is like still kind of there. Also, I can't remember if commissions are open, but she has had commissions open before, so if you like this failed attempt, maybe go check out her actual style, see what it actually looks like, and see if she actually has commissions open. Style 12 is roasted bread, pronoun she, her. Roasted bread is spelled slightly different. I'll write the real username on screen and like everything else, a link in the description to like a card or something. So this is Nico, not to be confused with the other Nico. If I called Whoop de Loop A by Nico at all, I forget. I'm recording this in batches. Anyways, Nico is another one of my moots. We met through Homestuck. And I really enjoy her anime-inspired style. And the faces, I love the faces. I think I fucked up on the faces, though. Oops. Drawing the fluffy hair wasn't, like, too different from my normal art, but it was very fun. I also struggled with the hands. Whoops. The shading was fun, too. Her shading isn't always, like, consistent from the example she gave me. So, I decided to try to draw in her more soft shading style. I didn't expect to have much to I'm sorry. I didn't mean to not have much to say for her. Sorry. Anyway, she has had commissions open in the past. I've gotten a commission from her before too, actually. And if you like this attempt, I suggest you check her out and see if they're open or not. They're not open right now, I don't think. Style 13 is literally _dead _one side / that 20th century _artist. That's so annoying to write out. I'll also write out the full username for them. Pronouns they, them. This is my another Moot. This is my Moot D. They really love dead musicians like Glenn Miller, Tex something, Thomas Dorsey. If you like one of those dead musicians, you should go check D out. They also have some cool OCs, but I'm not as familiar with all of them. I would like to learn more. Please give me your information on the OCs. I mean, I like they have an OC named Ollie, and he's evil, and I like him. He's kind of bad, but like I like him. If I remember Ollie as well as I think I do, at least. Anyway, D has drawn me before because I requested it. Teehee, and because of that, I wanted to take a stab at something. I wanted to draw their style, but also like I didn't have to do shading or color because most of their art is traditional, and it would be less time intensive too. Which for this art style challenge, I think it's a good idea to pick styles that won't take as long. At the time of recording this, it's taking so long. Oh my god. Honestly, it's hard to say what I like about their style. Like, I know I like it, but I'm still not sure. But I think what it is for me is like faces. I don't really have a rhyme or a reason. It's just I like how they draw faces. I don't know why. And I have nothing more to say again. I'm sorry. But go check them out. Go check out D, because D is very cool. And yeah. Style 14 is value fries, pronouns she, her. I think I checked a lot of their different social media accounts, and they all kind of say different things. But like on the regular pronouns, it's just see her. Fuck. Fucking ocean pronouns. Anyway, sorry. If I'm incorrect, Val, or friends of Val, please correct me. Anyway, her style is like very shape and kind of reminds me of chibi art, and I really like it. She's attacked me in art fight quite a few times, but I haven't always returned the favor. I always knew she had OCs, but only recently did I actually like sit down and learn about them. And I love her main duo. They're so adorable. Commissions are also open as well at the time of recording this video. I lost my place. And if you're looking for something that's in the $7 to $20 range, then I recommend commissioning her. And as for implementing myself into style, I had trouble doing my ears, horns, and my tails because she doesn't draw either often. Although there was the Art of Lucifer she did, like, last art fight that I could have referenced that I'm just now realizing. Oh well. I've never seen her drawn lips on her characters either, so another guess. But she does have a plus-size OC, which, as far as I know, that's not the same as fat or chubby. But anyway, I referenced that OC while drawing in her style. That's all for value fries. Style 15 is just a Dragonia. Some people may say it's Dragonia, but I think it's Dragonia because I fucking said so. Pronouns she, her. She's also part of the friend group I made on the JJBA server, and her style is very clearly anime inspired. But my favorite part of her style is definitely the eyes. Well, she has definitely drawn me before at least once. That was back when my persona was a little more resembling my real self, but skinny, and when I was not skinny. Definitely not skinny. So, more guessing. Looking at her art, shading and line art isn't always consistent, though that might also be part of, like, art style changes or whatever, like, over the years, because she doesn't post much, which is not a bad thing. If you don't want to post much, don't post much. It's okay. Anyway, I just decided to do cell shading, as it seemed what she normally goes for, but I don't know. Stylization was very difficult as well, to be honest, because anime is not something I'm used to drawing, so I don't know if it's accurate, but I still like this attempt. Style 16 is Radical Chaos with 2 Y's. Pronouns he, they. I followed them since at least Art Fight of 2023, which is almost a year now, and they make very good art. Which, why did I write it like that? Everyone in this has really good art. I like all the art styles I drew in this video. I also like how it's, like, kinda anime inspired, but, like, still there's, like, shapes and different body types, too. I also really like their style of eyes as well. Implementation of myself into their style wasn't anything difficult. but most of the trouble was like trying to think or find a reference of a face shape that I thought would fit their style, but I couldn't find much square-like face shapes I could. So like another guess. And if you want to support him, he also does commissions. The prices range from $5 to $85, but that's just like the cheapest to like most expensive. So pretty good range and pretty affordable. And they also have a Redbubble with OC stuff and a Ko-fi as well. If you don't want to commission them but support them in other ways, then there's also that. Style 17 is Goldie_does_arts. Or, not arts, sorry. It's just art. Pronouns he, they, it. We're sort of moods. We met through a mutual friend and we've never really been super close. But like, Goldie is like super sweet and nice whenever we have interacted, the very limited times we've interacted. I had no idea they drew art until about like a year ago, and I've known they've existed for longer, like 3-4 years, so that's embarrassing, but then again, we don't talk much, so I guess that's probably why. Sorry for my cringe. But anyways, Goldie's art is so cute. I love how adorable and like, I wrote dainty in my script, but I don't know if that fits. And excuse me. I also really like the soft shading. Like, I feel like soft shading is like really hard to do, but it's cute. I like how they do it. Translating myself into their style, it wasn't too bad, but figuring out how to do the cat ears, horns, tails, and the hair was a problem yet again. And looking at his Instagram, I realized there's literally an example of a character with fluffy hair, which wasn't really that different from like how I usually draw my character's hair. But I missed it. I don't know how. But anyway, as for the ears and tail and the horns, I just guessed. And I don't know. I don't know if it fits the style, but like when I showed it to Goldie, he liked it, so I consider this a win. But yeah, that is Style 17. Style 18 is Mutineer, pronouns she, him. I have followed him for a long, long time, and I've always loved her style, which it kind of reminds me of like anime and Western cartoons at the same time. I can't really explain it. Despite me having drawn so many mutuals, I still ended up missing some. And I also found a really good character example that she drew, similar to my body type, so I just had to draw in his style before finishing this challenge. She doesn't draw with lighting and shading often, and it was a bit of a struggle, because also, like, they don't do it often. The example's kind of old, might be outdated, who knows. Did find something, though, and I also had trouble finding a brush, because their brushes are very textured. And also, again, we use different art programs. I use Ibis. He uses Clip Studio Paint, I believe. So, I just had to pick something that I thought was the closest. And I also really struggled with the hair shines, and I don't know why or what I did, but it doesn't really look much like their style, but whatever. It's fine. Style 19 is My Little Pony, specifically the pony style. I'm not sure if this really counts as a style swap, because I drew myself as an entirely different species, but oh well. We're almost done anyway. I always love, like, the colors and the pastel kind of look that the show is going on, but also it's, like the brightness, too. It's, like, super iconic, so how could I not? And I don't care what some people might say, I will make my pony Sona an Alicorn Princess, because I can. And I've also been sort of drawing in this style for a hot minute, so it was pretty easy peasy. I got practice in already. And also no cat ears, horns, or tails for this one. I probably could have put on my earrings, but I forgot a little too late. And to round us off with 20 styles, our last style is going to be Equestria Girls, the counterpart to My Little Pony. So this is me, like, actually human-ish. I couldn't find any examples that were, like, similar to my body type, so, again, like, with many of these styles, unfortunately, I had to just kind of take a guess, just hope it's correct, and, I'm not sure if this even looks like the Equestria girl's art style, if I'm being honest, but whatever. We're done. And that is the 20 art style challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me draw all these art styles. I have been working on this for like 4 months, and it's taken a long time to get this done. Despite doing like 19 art styles, including my own, or 19 with the other 20th being my own art style, I still have a long list of art styles that I like wrote down to like draw in. I counted it out, and last time I counted it out, I have enough to do at least 2 more art style challenge videos, plus like a third one, but it would only be like a couple. If you guys want, I am open to doing more, but my god, if I did this again, I probably will need to scale back the 20 to 10 or even 5 because it took so long. Like the final hour count in Ibis is like almost 40 hours long. And yeah, this was fun, but this might have given me carpal tunnel, if I'm being honest. And it took so long. So, if you guys are interested, please let me know. But that is it for now. Bye bye.